the left over the weekend, the leftist violence continued in Nashua, New Hampshire over the weekend. There was a murder. A man charged into a wedding at a country club and shot it up. One person was killed. Several others were injured, and this was not without political undertones. The man who committed the murder was reportedly yelling "Free Palestine" while he was carrying out the deadly shooting. That is another example of leftist violence because, of course, the right is not violent and the left is violent. And the sooner that we can acknowledge that, the sooner that the violence from the left will be stopped. We also found out over the weekend that back in June of 2022, that is right when the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh was the target of an attempted assassination. We knew that, and we knew it was because of the false accusations the left had made against him, the Christine Blasey Ford accusations, and then, of course, he voted to overturn Roe v. Wade. But we never knew that much about his assassin. We never knew that much about this story that should have been a bigger story. Well, we come to find out the reason why we didn't know much about that story. The reason why is because the man who attempted to assassinate Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh identifies as transgender. This individual, Nicholas John Roski, born a man, now identifies as a woman, has been in jail since his arrest. He pled guilty to the attempted assassination, pled guilty a couple months ago in April of 2025. But now he says his name is Sophie, and he asks to be referred to with she, her pronouns. Well, that's a hard no from me. Sir, you're a man, you're a leftist, and you tried to kill a Supreme Court justice because he was falsely accused by the left in an attempt to assassinate his character, and you tried to actually kill him. Another example of leftist violence. Also in Sacramento, California, you might have heard about the man who shot up the ABC affiliate in Sacramento. This was following the suspension of Jimmy Kimmel, and we'll talk about Jimmy Kimmel in a few minutes because he was not fired for criticizing Trump. He was not fired even for mocking Charlie Kirk, as despicable as it is that he did that. He wasn't fired for either of those two things. He was fired for something else. And it wasn't because the government strong-armed ABC into firing him. Nope, there was another reason, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But the man who shot up the ABC affiliate in Sacramento has been identified as Anibal Hernandez Santana. And if you look at the X account of Anibal Hernandez Santana, it appears to be full of anti-Trump posts. This was reported by Variety. This was a 64-year-old man who previously worked for the California Federation of Teachers, a teachers union in California. Do you think that's a right-wing individual? No, of course it's not. That is, of course, another leftist. And that's just this weekend alone. Leftist violence committed this weekend alone.